Do not attempt to adjust the feed. We are controlling the transmission from Second Life. We will guide the narrative, twist the reality, and bend the virtual horizon. Sit back as we unveil visions inspired by Philip K. Dick. You are about to enter a realm of awe and mystery that stretches from the digital mind to the outer limits.
Good evening, seekers of the cosmic unknown, and welcome to SL Tonight, where we plunge into the restless psyche of Philip K. Dick, the sci-fi visionary who dared to unravel existence itself. I'm Felix Obeski, your host for Visions of Philip K. Dick, a series honoring the man whose 36 novels and 121 stories rewrote what sci-fi could be. In the early 1980s, Dick was a man possessed, haunted by a 1974 vision, pink lights, cryptic messages, perhaps God, or an alien mind. Holed up in Santa Ana, he scribbled thousands of pages, his exegesis trying to decode whether something beyond had touched him. His stories from this time, fueled by Jungian psychology and Gnostic texts, probed the edges of human consciousness. Tonight, from I Hope I Shall Arrive Soon, we explore The Alien Mind, a 1981 tale of an astronaut battling a telepathic force that rewrites his soul. Let's confront this otherworldly presence. Inert within the depths of his theta chamber, he heard the faint tone and then the synth of voice. 5 minutes. Okay, he said, and struggled out of his deep sleep. At 5 minutes to adjust the course of his ship, something had gone wrong with the auto control system. An error on his part? Not likely. He never made errors. Jason Bedford make errors? Hardly. As he made his way unsteadily to the control module, he saw that Norman, who'd been sent with him to amuse him, was also awake. The cat floated slowly in circles, batting at a pin that somehow had gotten loose. Strange, Bedford thought. Thought you were unconscious with me. He examined the readout of the ship's course. Impossible. Fifth parsec off in the direction of Sirius. It would add a week to his journey. With grim precision, he reset the controls, and sent out an alert signal to Mykonos 3, his destination. Troubles? The Mykonos operator answered. The voice was dry and cold, the calculated monotone of something that always made Bedford think of snakes. He explained his situation. We need the vaccine. Try to stay on course. Norman the cat floated majestically by the control module, reached out a paw, and jabbed at random. 2 activated buttons sounded faint bleeps, and the ship altered course. So you did it, Bedford said. You humiliated me in the eyes of an alien. You reduced me to idiocy vis-a-vis the alien mind. He grabbed the cat and squeezed. What was that strange sound? The Mykonos operator asked. A kind of lament. Bedford said quietly. There's nothing left to lament. Forget you heard it. He shut off the radio, carried the cat's body to the trash sphincter, and ejected it. A moment later, he had returned to his theta chamber and once more dozed. This time, there would be no tampering with his controls. He dozed in peace. When his ship docked at Mykonos 3, the senior member of the alien medical team greeted him with an odd request. We would like to see your pet. I have no pet, Bedford said. Certainly, it was true. According to the manifest filed with us in advance, it's really none of your business. You have your vaccine. I'll be taking off. The safety of any life form is our business. We will inspect your ship. For a cat that doesn't exist, Bedford said. Their search proved futile. Impatiently, Bedford watched the alien creature scrutinize every storage locker and passageway on the ship. Unfortunately, the Mykonosians found 10 sacks of dry cat kibble. A lengthy discussion ensued among them in their own language. Do I have permission, Bedford said harshly, to return to Earth now? I'm on a tight schedule. What the aliens were thinking and saying was of no importance to him. He wished only to return to his silent theta chamber in profound sleep. You'll have to go through decontamination procedures, the senior Mykonos medical officer said, so that no spore or virus from... I realize that. Let's get it done. Later, when decontamination had been completed and he was back in his ship starting up the drive, his radio came on. It was one or another of the Mykonoses. To Bedford, they all look alike. What was the cat's name? The Mykonosian asked. Norman, Bedford said, and jabbed the ignite switch. His ship shot upward and he smiled. He did not smile, however, when he found the power supply to his theta chamber missing. Nor did he smile when the backup unit could also not be located. Did I forget to bring it? He asked himself. No, he decided. I wouldn't do that. They took it. 2 years before he reached Terra, 2 years of full consciousness on his part, deprived of theta sleep, 2 years of sitting or floating, or as he'd seen in military preparedness training hollow films, curled up in a corner, totally psychotic. He punched out a radio request to return to maintenance 3. No response. Well, so much for that. Seated at his control module, he snapped on the little inboard computer and said, My theta chamber won't function. It's been sabotaged. What do you suggest I do for 2 years? There are emergency entertaining tapes. Right, he said. He would have remembered. Thank you. Pressing the proper button, he caused the door of the tape compartment to slide open. No tapes. Only a cat toy, a miniature punching bag that had been included for Norman. He had never gotten around to giving it to him. Otherwise, bare shelves. The alien mind, Bedford thought. Mysterious and cruel. Setting his ship's audio recorder going, he said calmly and with as much conviction as possible, What I will do is build my next 2 years around the daily routine. First, there are meals. I will spend as much time as possible planning, fixing, eating, and enjoying delicious repastes. During the time ahead of me, I will try out every combination of victuals possible. Then steadily, he rose and made his way to the massive food storage locker. As he stood gazing into the tightly packed locker, tightly packed with row upon row of identical snacks, he thought, on the other hand, there's not much you can do with 2 years' supply of cat kibble. In the way of variety, are they all the same flavor? They were all the same flavor. That was The Alien Mind, a story born from Philip K. Dick's fevered quest to understand his 1974 vision. By 1981, he was in his 50s, living alone in Santa Ana, his fifth marriage frame. The pink light he saw after a dental visit, his 2374 experience, consumed him, making him wonder if an alien or divine consciousness had invaded his mind. He read Gnostic texts and studied Jung and wrote his exegesis, thousands of pages grappled with what was real. The alien mind reflects this turmoil, asking if our thoughts are ours or planted by something beyond. His late stories, like this one, push sci-fi into metaphysical realms, influencing works like The Matrix. Our next journey takes us to a rigged system, and the exit door leads in. Philip K. Dick, the man who gave us the alien mind, lived on the edge of his own consciousness, daring to ask if we were puppets of a greater mind. The story challenges us. Our thoughts are free, or are they? We host to something alien. Join us next time for Visions of Philip K. Dick on SL Tonight as we search the void for truth. Good night.